We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live stream on this random Tuesday night. This unplanned live stream. It was last night. I think I was like, Jess.
Right.
Do you want to go live tomorrow? And she was like, yeah, okay, sure. I was like, okay. And then I invited the other guys. And she was down to join too. So we thought we would do a live. So how is everybody? How are y'all tonight?
I'm good.
Sorry we're late too. That's my fault.
We'll just blame Josh.
Yeah, I thought I had more time, but I went to get dinner for my family and the store's slow.
And he didn't deliver to us.
I know, and it's one of my favorite places.
So does anybody else in this area, in the live, anybody in the chat, does anybody have Whataburger in their hometown? I went to Whataburger, and these two over here don't have Whataburger, and that's what I'm eating and drinking.
I'm jealous.
I think the apple pie looked really yummy.
Yeah, their food's really good.
That's a strawberry milkshake.
I wanted those too. Josh, come on.
I know.
It's delicious.
Not fair.
Oh, Katrina says she doesn't have one in her hometown. Look, Jess. Oh, wait. I can't.
Okay, which Jess are you talking to?
I know.
Really confusing.
Okay, fine. You know what? Look, Jessica.
Which one's Jess? Is that me?
Yes, you're Jessica.
Oh, okay.
You can call me Jay, too. That makes it easier.
Oh, it's cute.
Pretty. Didn't they do a Prince's one of that one, too?
I don't know.
I want to say they did.
This is part of a sneak peek of what Disney Jess sent to me.
Ooh.
I'll just start calling y'all Disney Jess and TIE Fighter Chick.
That works.
That way y'all can know exactly who I'm talking about. I don't have a whole lot planned. Like I told you backstage, it's going to be kind of on the fly. I just thought we would chat, catch up. I haven't done a live in over a month. Like this kind of live. I did do a live at the parks. Boy, these old people in this town, if it's not fine dining, they don't want it. Where are you from, Katrina, again? I know you're like an hour or so, like I think like an hour and a half from me. I know you're in Florida. Hi, Serena.
Serena, what kind of burger did you end up getting tonight? Because they're doing like some special burger festival up by her. It sounded amazing.
I want a burger. Oh wait, I ordered a burger.
There's like specialty burgers, and there's like 70 different restaurants involved. It sounded amazing. I told her she had to be live to like show them to me.
I swear, Whataburger has like 20 alone.
Really?
Yeah, they've got a pretty extensive menu.
That's a lot.
I almost got the bacon and avocado burger because it looked so freaking good, but I got a patty melt instead, and I got onion rings.
I do any burger as long as it doesn't have cheese on it.
Well, a patty melt would not be good for you.
Cheese, nuh-uh.
So we all freeze?
Oh, you are frozen.
What happened?
Uh-oh.
The other Jess is frozen.
Let me see here. Jess, go out and come back in. TIE Fighter.
There we go. Did it pop back up?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second.
Oh, you might be frozen again. I'm not sure.
Okay, I think she's going to go out. Hi, Mike Wheeler. Welcome to the stream. Serena says, you know what ended up not getting the burger? It was full of pickles. It's a festival of all month long with 75 different restaurants participating. Wow.
Right? I want to go visit.
I want to go. That sounds really good.
Right?
Hi, Jess. Or TIE Fighter.
Hey.
That's going to get annoying.
My internet. Just call me Jay.
You're still frozen.
My Ethernet cord did something weird. Am I?
You're a black box, I think.
It says.
Is your camera maybe off?
Okay, let me go back out.
We're having some technical difficulties, people. When Jess gets back, we'll get going with the stream. I have a couple things that I want to talk about, and that's basically it. Serena, so I can't afford to come to Canada right now, or ever. So if you don't mind just like buying some styrofoam boxes and getting some like freezer packs, throw those in a box for me. I'll take all 75 burgers. Hi, baby Emily. You're so cute.
Okay.
Hi, Matt. Welcome to the stream. Is she back?
I don't think so.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there she is. Maybe.
Sorry, Jess. Whenever it pops up, it's not giving me the little red one at the bottom that's showing you're in the backstage.
You're fine.
So that's why I can never figure it out.
You're fine. I was trying to figure out what was going on because I'm connected to the Ethernet cord, but it was having issues. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started.
Are you on a phone or a laptop?
I'm on my laptop.
Yeah, you're frozen.
It's just not loving you tonight.
Do you want to try your phone?
No, let me see if I can unplug the Ethernet cord and fix it. It's just evil.
Okay. So, I will say this. If anybody is here, it says we have 5 people watching. I hope more people will jump on in a little bit. If anybody in the chat, Natbat, Dawn, Mike, if y'all are not subscribed to the TIE Fighter chick or to Disney Jess, make sure you go do that. They both do different type of content, and they're both amazing. So, and they're both named Jess. So, you can't go wrong with that. So,
thanks, Josh.
This Jess, this one, she does a lot of pin content. She does subscription boxes. She has a lot of stuff coming out. She put out an amazing video. Was it like 5 days ago? 6 days ago?
Yeah, I think it's 5 days ago.
5 days ago. Go watch it. Okay. If anybody does subscription services, go watch that stream. It's amazing. Or that video. It's amazing. There's the other Jess.
Did it work?
It
did. And now this Jess right here, she does a lot of cool content as well. Her content is a lot of, she does unboxings, she does hauls, she does cooking videos, she does subscription boxes as well. She has a lot of cool videos out as well. She is also a newer channel, so go support her and let's get her to 100 subscribers.
Yes, I'm doing a giveaway at 100.
She is almost there. Which, speaking of giveaways, I just hit 750. So a giant giveaway is coming for my channel. Do I know when? No. Has it been filmed? No. And do I know what's going to be in the giveaway? No. But it's coming. So, hey, Wildlife, how's it going? How are y'all tonight? Again, make sure you hit the like on this stream so that it goes out and everybody else can be notified that it's going on. Because for some reason, I'm getting a lot of messages saying that my notification bell is not working. People aren't getting notified when I go live or when I post videos. So if you are here, press the like button. So the first question that I'm going to ask Jess, and I'll ask everybody else in the chat too, if you know about it, Disneyland's 65th anniversary is coming, or has it already been celebrated?
Are they in the middle of it? I don't know. But there's all the merch coming out.
There's a 65th anniversary celebration coming, or we're in the middle of a celebration. So they're releasing a ton of merch. They release a ton of pins. They release ears. They release spear jerseys, and they're releasing Funko Pops
and pins.
Oh yeah, pins too. Let me switch my phone. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking over where my camera usually is, and it's not there.
That was kind of fun. It was like going on a ride.
Right?
So
a loop-de-loop.
They released some. Oh, thanks, Emily. They released some Funko Pops, and they were released today at the Funko shop, and they're pre-order everywhere else, which I don't understand why. But I'm kind of bummed because they're all based off of Disneyland, and I've never been to Disneyland, so I'm kind of like, I want to buy them, but I don't have any correlation to them. Like, I don't connect to them anyway, because I've never been on the Matterhorn, and I don't really know any of the things.
I don't think you would enjoy the Matterhorn, to be honest.
I love Space Mountain, though.
It's more like an old school. Yeah, it's a real.
I was fighting it with my friend who used to work at Disneyland, and she was like, "Oh, that's where the accident happened," and I was like, "Don't tell me about that right now."
I love the Matterhorn. It reminds me of like the really old school wooden coasters, but it's not wooden. But it's real rough like that.
I feel like someone's died on Everest too.
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure someone has.
But Matterhorns was much more famous. It even has the drop is named after it.
Oh.
So
she said the Matterhorn was lame.
It's not lame.
Not lame.
She said she was so disappointed.
I liked it, but when I wrote it, so the maintenance guys had just refilled the water, okay? And because you kind of skim across the water at the end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they overfilled it. Ooh. And it's not supposed to be a water ride. We got drenched, like head to toe drenched. So we went and found him afterwards and informed him it was his fault.
Yeah.
He laughed at us.
I want to go to Disneyland because I want to go on the double-seater Space Mountain.
That is amazing.
And I want to go on the single-seater Splash Mountain.
Yes. Both of those are really cool.
The fact that they're a flop from Disney World.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like so funny to me. And then
you should, I know you don't, am I remembering right that you don't like Pirates as much?
Okay, so I like Pirates if I have not been on it in a while. Like, I'll go on it as like a oh cool, we haven't been on this in a long time, let's go do that. But like when we go to Disney World and we go as much as we do, we go on it every time we go. Right. And it gets boring. Plus, I hate the smell of the village burning.
The Pirates at Disneyland puts ours to shame.
No, the Pirates in Shanghai puts ours to shame.
Okay, well, I haven't been there.
I haven't either, but I've seen videos, and it's insane.
That's true.
I think that you might end up being a little underwhelmed by Disneyland just because it's so much smaller than Disney World.
Well, that's a different experience, though.
It definitely is a different experience, but still, like size-wise.
And much more intimate. Mm-hmm. But I could do the whole park, ride every single ride in half a day. Mm-hmm. I've done that. And then I went across the parking lot to California Adventure and finished off my day by riding every ride there.
See,
it was so fun.
I want to go to Disneyland, but I want to go either in during Halloween time or I want to go at Christmas time. And the reason why is because Disneyland California goes all out for their ride renovations, like when it comes or overlays when it comes to the holidays. Whereas Disney World, like we don't decorate our Haunted Mansion, we don't decorate Small World, like we don't do anything in the rides either. And then the only thing we really get is our Space Mountain overlay, but basically they just turn out the lights even darker, and then we get loud Christmas music.
Yeah.
So, which our Space Mountain needs a renovation.
Well, and we get Jungle Cruise overlay.
Oh yeah, we get Jungle Cruise.
Yeah.
Disneyland is so much smaller, but there's so much history, and it seriously felt like I was going back in time to the old Disney World. So it was such a cool experience when we went. The Oogie Boogie Bash put Mickey's Halloween Party to shame. I saw Tim Tracker's video of when he went to Oogie Boogie Bash, the inaugural Oogie Boogie Bash last year. They have this like walk-through area, and it's basically like a haunted thing, and it blew my mind because on the trees they had the wisps from Brave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And they were making their like little noise they make when they float away, and you could hear it throughout all of the woods.
Ooh, that'd be kind of creepy.
It was amazing. And then as you're walking through the woods, they have villains sitting up on like pedestals, and they're like ad-libbing, like doing like talking to.
So is it kind of like what they do for Haunted Mansion here with having the characters out on the front lawn?
I've never experienced that. I've never been to the Haunted.
Oh, you need to experience that. That's like my favorite part of the Halloween parties.
I've never been to the Halloween party. I've only been to the Christmas party once or twice.
Get out of my box.
The Haunted Mansion is hands down my favorite part of Disney World's Halloween party because of the characters that come out, and they just heckle people the whole time, and I think it's hilarious.
Well, and the people that are portraying the characters are just such good comedians.
Right? And I think they added some characters this last year, because I want to say that there was a guy who was out there that I hadn't seen before. But I love all the Disney parties.
I do too. My goal in life is to get to a DVC party one way or another.
I've been to one.
I want to get to a after hours party. I want to go to an after hours party at every single park.
Okay.
My main one that I want to go to first is to Magic Kingdom, though.
Okay.
I really want to go to the Halloween party because I haven't done it yet. And I also want to do a Villains After Hour party because I want to see Maleficent run or walk the street and breathe fire at night.
That would be cool.
That would be really cool.
Like, I've seen her enough walk through the day. I want to see her at night. But the villains that were, what is the word called when you talk back and forth with people, but you don't have a script?
Ad-libbing.
No.
It's ad-lib, but it's something. There's another word.
Improv.
Improv. Yes. So the villains are improving back and forth. They have a script, but I think they go off the script a little bit.
Yeah.
And then in certain areas of the buildings where you do trick-or-treating, there is villains that are talking to you. So I thought it was really cool. Tim Tracker's videos were amazing. He obviously is amazing, but I really wanted to go to that party just because of the candy.
See, I don't even get candy when I go.
What?
I don't. I can buy my own candy. I want to go to the party.
Candy.
Like if I'm on my way to a ride and like Splash Mountain, one of the candy points is when you get off the ride.
Hi, Caitlin.
Candy then, but yeah. I'll send you candy, okay?
Like, I'm a candy hoarder. Like, we just barely emptied out a plastic pumpkin that we had that was completely chock full of candy from Halloween. And I mean, we're talking, this thing is like this big.
I think you should just put it in a box and send it to Josh.
We just got rid of cookies from that Christmas party.
What?
Like, so.
Okay, the cookies I get because, like, when I go to the Christmas party, I have to go to every single cookie place. I love me some cookies.
The thing is that I had connections this year, And I had a friend who was a cast member and was working the Christmas party both times I was there. And when we went to her station, and she literally went like this to the bucket and just dumped it in my backpack. Like both nights. And she did it for me. She did it for my dad. She did it for Sarah and her husband, Matthew. And then when we went back, she did it for me and my dad again.
Oh my gosh. Was your bag so heavy? Were you like dragging it out of the park? Like, okay,
so many molasses cookies. I don't even know what to do with them. So.
What? Those are my favorite.
Oh, they're garbage. They're in the garbage. They've been in the garbage for like months. So here's the thing about that I learned about Disneyland though. So Disneyland, they have tons and tons and tons of stations of candy. And they give you a little bit of candy at every station. Whereas Disney World has fewer stations, but they give you a lot more candy. So technically you end up with the same amount. Right. But at Disneyland, there's a lot more stations, so it's a lot more work. So go to Disney World.
Well, I think it also depends on the cast member. So when I've been before, and I have been with people who want to do the candy, and I'll go along, whatever, but I would prefer to do the rides. And some of the cast members will just give you handfuls, especially the later you are in the night. At the beginning of the night, they give out just a few pieces. But at the end of the night, when they're seeing fewer people, they've even asked us, like, what candy do you want? And picked out, like, particular ones to give to us and things like that.
Hey, VP. Welcome in.
Also, 26 pounds of candy
is so much candy. I cannot imagine carrying around 26 pounds of candy all night.
Oh my gosh. That's
a really good idea, though, Serena, is using your backpack for candy instead of those little bags. But for me, I would fill up a bag and then put it in the backpack.
I would fill up the bag, get on a ride, and forget about it.
It's part of the price of admission.
The candy doesn't mean anything to me.
Candy
Next time happiness. I go, I'm giving you all my candy.
Candy means happiness.
No, it doesn't. Disney means happiness. It's a direct translation.
It means happiness. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You're insane. Okay. Serena said that last time she went, she used her backpacks, but then she also said that they were very generous with their candy when we went. You're right, Jess. You get more at the end of the night.
Yeah.
So
if my suggestion is, obviously they're not doing it this year, but in coming years, if you go and do all your rides and stuff, and then at the end of the night, do the candy. Don't worry about it first thing.
Yeah, because also I feel like
we're not going to run out.
A lot of people use fireworks as a way to tell the kids that the end of the night is done. Mm-hmm. So like where it's time to go home. Mm-hmm. So that's a lot of times whenever things start to clear out, especially at regular days when it's not Halloween party. Yeah. Those are all reasons too why people use them. Cast members tell me all the time. They're like, yeah, parents use the fireworks as a way of telling people the kids time to go. So parks always empty after fireworks. But just a quick hello. So hi to Tariq. Hi to VP. Tariq, thank you so much. Hello, David. Whited Arcade and Toy Channel. Hi, how's it going? Welcome in. Hi, Kat. Katrina, thank you for modding tonight too. Thank you for putting links in the description for everybody. I mean, in the chat. I really appreciate that. And Kat, thank you for doing that too. If anybody's here, make sure you smash the like button. Also, make sure you go follow Jess and Jess. Disney Jess is here, and then TIE Fighter Chick is there. Both channels are amazing. Go check them out. Let's get this channel to 100, and let's get this channel to 400.
Oh, that would be cool.
So
I would have to do a really big giveaway.
800 pin giveaway.
Well, the last one I did one pin of every type, so I have to come up with something better.
So you did like an open release of limited edition stuff?
Well, I did I gave him a lanyard and then an open edition, a limited edition, one of the pins that was from the beginning of pin trading, and I did a bunch of pins. Whole box.
Hi, Mary. There's a certain point in the night where cast members just hand out candy like crazy in front of Tom Sawyer's Island. So what I've heard is that at the end of the night, whenever they're starting to like wrap up, they have boxes of open candy and tubs of candy that I bet you they probably can't use again.
Yeah,
so they probably
likely
have
for
to
health
just get
standards.
rid of it as much as possible, and then by the end of the night, they start giving the candy away like crazy.
But it's all packaged, so I think they could use it on another night, couldn't they?
Yeah,
I think for
all
health
over
and
it.
safety.
Yeah. I know that, like, when I stayed on the concierge or whatever floor they call it now, that, like, any of the food that was out, like, they'd have gummy bears and stuff out, but it wasn't packaged, and all of that had to be thrown away at the end of whatever period it was. But I thought the candy, because it was wrapped with maybe different.
I mean, it might be, but I know their candy comes in boxes.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it comes in cardboard boxes, so they just dump a box into their buckets and then go through and they just touch it all night long. So
That's
who
true.
knows? But either way, I would think that you reuse it.
Well, it's like if you go to a restaurant, they can't take like the packets of like ketchup and whatnot back. They have to throw them away. So it's probably something along the same lines.
That would make sense.
Oh,
to health and
Nat
safety
said
standards.
that she thinks that they're supposed to use a certain amount of candy a night.
Oh, that sounds
I've heard
right.
of it too.
I think I've heard that somewhere else.
So they probably have like a quota they have to hit, and they have to get rid of as much as they can by the end of the night, so they don't have, I guess, a lot. Now, I will tell you, 2 years ago, I think it was 2018, I think it was January of 2018, I was sitting in Cosmic Race, and we were eating dinner. Hi, Caitlin, welcome in. I was having lunch or whatever. It was the day the sun was up. And there was cast members just walking around with carts of giant buckets of Minnie Mouse sugar cookies with sprinkles from the parties. And then they also had the chocolate chip peppermint cookies.
Oh, yeah. I didn't like those much.
They were giving them out like by the bucket load. Like, we were just sitting there eating lunch, and the cast member walked over and she's like, "Would you like some cookies?" I was like, "Sure, I'll take a couple." She legit put 30 cookies on my table.
Wow.
And I was like, "Why am I getting cookies again?" And she's like, "Oh, these are all leftovers from the Christmas party. We had a whole lot left, so we have to give them out." And I was like, "Oh, okay, thanks."
So here's a question for you, Josh. When do you think that they'll be able to do stuff like that again with like everything going on? Do you think Christmas party with cookies is even a possibility this year?
No.
You think next year?
Yes, next year for sure, because they will come up with some way of working around it so they can do what they need to do.
Yeah, individual packaging or something.
They already do individual packaging. They started that last year,
but they also do eggnog and hot chocolate, which they pour themselves, which is not okay. And they also do pretzels, snowman pretzels, and they pour Fanta and all that kind of stuff. But so I was there Saturday and Sunday. Okay. They got rid of fireworks, parades, character meet and greets.
Right.
And the reason behind it was because of crowd gatherings. They didn't want crowds to gather and be shoulder to shoulder and be on top of each other. But they introduced character cavalcades, princess cavalcades, royal cavalcades, whatever you want to call them, which causes gatherings. They brought out character meet and greets, which they brought like at Epcot alone. So over by Figment in Epcot, there's this giant lawn of grass that's by Figment. Right. And it's like right there by that, in between that little that little food cart and then Figment. And it's fenced off. You can't walk on it. Right. Winnie the Pooh and Joy from Inside Out have been going there and have been like standing behind guests and taking pictures. They've been playing with like sticks, and Pooh acts like he is catching butterflies, which causes crowd gatherings.
Right.
Because people want to come over and see what's going on. They want to come over and say hi.
Yeah.
I mean, we were in the corner of France where the bridge comes over at Epcot where you hit France.
Yep.
We were there by the France Pavilion booth getting something from that booth for the Food and Wine Festival. And the Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, and Goofy were coming by in their cavalcade.
Okay.
The side of the road was littered with people. Like, we were all shoulder to shoulder, right on top of each other, looking at Mickey, looking at Minnie, waving at us, and all that stuff. So I get what their point is, but you can't prevent it. Like, you cannot prevent people from being on top of each other whenever you're going to have characters walking down a street.
Right.
So I personally think they could have very well have done the Halloween party. Just very, 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 very minimal amount of people in per night. So like 25% capacity, you could have pre-packaged candy, and you could have put the candy on the counter. Someone can come grab their bag and walk on instead of a cast member grabbing it and put it in your bag.
Right.
They could have had fireworks. They could have had fireworks just limit where people could stand. They could have done 6 feet out. Like, you could have had, like, because when you go to do, what's it called? The monorail. When you're waiting in line for the monorail, there is stations outside the line that has little blue circles with numbers on it that you are supposed to stand on if the line is long. And each one of those circles stands for what monorail you're going to get on.
Okay.
So each one says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. So if you're on 6, that means you're going to be waiting 6 monorails until you get on the monorail.
Okay.
Because they're only limiting one monorail or one party per monorail cart. But they're dividing each cart in half with a screen. So there's one party on each side.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Hold on one second, y'all. Oops.
Oh, he's not talking to us. I was like,
so that's how it is.
Right?
Sorry, the brother was interrupting.
No, you just don't want to talk to us anymore. It's okay.
That's true, too.
Oh, I feel so loved. Poor Miss Fuzzy here.
So, the monorail station is kind of cool. We were there when it wasn't that busy. So, and I always do resort. I never do the Magic Kingdom monorail. I always do the resort monorail because the resort monorail guarantees you a seat, whereas the Magic Kingdom one, you could stand up because it's busier. But I guess in this situation, it's not going to be that big of a deal because of COVID. There's not going to be that many people in each one.
Right.
Katrina says, I follow a guy on Instagram, and he goes to Disney in Shanghai, and they have a fireworks, and he says spots on the ground where you stand. So yeah, so that's something that I would think they could incorporate into the park. The parades are a little bit tougher because of people wanting to stand so close and getting a really good view. But again, you could also say, okay, so we need to have specific parts of the road designated to people standing, and if there's already a party here, you can't stand with them. You need to go to another spot. But if you reduce the amount of people in the park at one time, that helps with that situation.
Yeah. Right.
So because like last year, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is supposed to be a limited ticket event.
It was so bad.
But because they released that annual pass thing where you could pay $300 and go to every single party, that does not help numbers.
No.
I was there during that, and it was horrible. It was almost more crowded than it was during the day, and wait times were easily like 2 to 3 times what I had seen at previous parties. And
that's crazy.
It was just not what I felt the party should be, and I think that's because I was spoiled.
Well, no, it's not supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be a hard ticketed event, and there's supposed to be limited numbers allowed in the park whenever it's open.
Right.
So when you sell a ticket for the Halloween party for that specific reason, and people take that as, oh, there's going to be less people in the park.
Right.
And I'm going to get to be on rides and go to be characters. If I'm going to a Christmas party and it's a hard ticketed event and the wait time to meet Moana is an hour and a half.
Right.
Yeah.
There's too many people in the park.
Yeah.
What they should do is they should have 1 night or 2 nights set aside for pass holders. And the rest are hard ticketed events because then you eliminate that.
So there's a lot more pass holders than you think.
Yeah.
There's a ton.
I don't think that would be enough.
Just
but I think
in the general, like just in the general southeast area, like Alabama, Georgia, the Carolinas, Tennessee area, and then below, there's a ton of pass holders.
Well, and the way that they did that, because it was a separate pass holder that you did for just the Halloween parties. Mm-hmm. And the price point on it was essentially if you were going to go to more than 2 Halloween parties in that, was it almost 2 months that they did the party?
Oh, it's like 3.
If you went to more
it's usually August 15th through November 1st.
Right. It's quite a period of time. And if you went to more than 2, then it was cheaper to buy the pass.
Right.
So I think the price point was too low. And I think if they did something like, you get X many times to go, or if the party is already sold out, then, it's sold out a different day.
Yeah. Something. Because
what was happening is they'd get a sold out party, but anybody who had that pass could still get in. So they were way oversold.
Yeah.
The tough part is for people that live in Orlando that bought that $300 pass.
Right.
Like at 6 o'clock at night, they could be like, you know what? I want to go to Disney, go to the Halloween party.
Yeah.
Are you bored? Are you bored tonight? Let's go to the Halloween party.
So, and correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, but I don't think you had to have any kind of regular ticket. You could just buy the Halloween party tickets and be able to go.
So I was watching Tim Tracker's video, and he brought up a point about the fact that if you are a person that wants to go to the park, right? A regular park day ticket to Magic Kingdom, I think it was like $130, $140, I think. Around there.
Yep.
If you were to plan your trip at the beginning of August or the middle of August or late August, that is when the Halloween party is super, super cheap. Yep. You can go into the park as early as 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's 3 hours before the party starts. And the party closes at like midnight.
Yep. 1 o'clock.
So you could get an 8-hour day for $80-something or $90-something and never even you can get everything done.
Yep.
And from 4 to 7, the park closes at 6 that day for guests. Because they always close it. They want an hour to get everybody out. But from 4 to 6, you could also do fast passes.
Yes. And honestly, on those days, because they're not full park days, you have a very limited capacity at the park anyhow. And most people are leaving by 4 or 5 o'clock because the partygoers are starting to get there and they want to be out before then.
Yeah. We always stayed as late as we could until we were forced to get out. Because if we're going to be kicked out at 6 o'clock, we want to get at least as much as we can get done before 6.
Right.
But like I never thought about that. I never thought that I might if I don't have an annual pass and I just want to go to Disney for like one day, I can go spend the least amount of money as possible and get basically a full day of Disney.
So what I've done in the past is I'll buy a cheap plane ticket and fly down that day because the later in the day you arrive, the cheaper the plane ticket. So I'd arrive like at 3 o'clock, put my stuff in the rental car, drive straight to the Magic Kingdom and go in the park.
It's a really good idea. I will say this though. We went to the Christmas party this year. We went twice. Both days were insanely crowded.
It depends on where you are. So at the Christmas party, generally speaking, I think they sell more slots too.
Which I would say would not. I mean, I guess they do that because it's less time. Like there's
Probably.
less Christmas parties than there are Halloween parties.
So I think that has something to do with it, but I also think it has something to do with the amount of crowds at Disney during that time period and the percentage they want to sell to.
That's true.
And what the expectations of those people are, because even if you're going in and it's over the capacity that you would get at an October party, it's still quite a bit less than what you get in December at your general park. Does that make sense?
Are you just like sitting sideways or are you like on the ground?
I'm sitting sideways.
Okay.
She's tired. She's going to sleep because I'm talking too much.
No, it's not because you're talking too much. I was at work today, so. It was a long day. Like, I haven't even gotten out of my scrub pants. I just throw on a Disney shirt. Like,
So
does not even remotely match what my shirt is.
I was going to ask y'all, one of the questions I wanted to ask y'all and anybody else in the chat that has not gone back to Disney yet. What's the one thing that's available that you are looking forward to doing when you get back? I know that Jess, the TIE Fighter chick, has never been to Disney World.
Nope.
So there's probably a lot that she's looking forward to doing. But this one has gone a lot.
Once or twice.
So,
you know.
I'm excited to see what you're thinking about doing. Which, me personally, I haven't been back to Hollywood Studios yet. I've only been back to Epcot, Animal Kingdom, and Magic. So I'm excited to get back to Hollywood Studios, which probably won't be until October at least. But
I think that Jess should go first because she hasn't talked as much as me.
I think that I am super excited to ride Everest. That's one of the rides I've really been wanting to do. And I'm also excited to see the differences between Disney World and Disneyland because Disneyland's my home park. Like, you know, that's the one I've been to a couple times. And to see how big a scale Disney World is compared to it is just probably going to blow my mind.
Oh, the amount of walking you have to do in between each attraction.
Oh, I'm going to hate my life.
It's insane.
You have to train for it. That's what I tell people when I take them to Disney. I'm like, you need to start walking now. You got to train for this.
Especially Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom is a lot of walking.
Yeah, because everything's so spread out.
Well, and Animal Kingdom is just really hard on you because it's a lot of up and down walking. It's not just flat.
Plus, it's all forestry stuff, so it's humid as all get out.
It's Florida. It's normally
better than when it first
out.
Jess, what about you?
Honestly, I just want to sit on Main Street and eat a corn dog. Is that bad?
Casey's isn't open.
Oh.
What? No. Okay. I just want to sit on Main Street though. Because like my favorite thing.
Casey's is closed and the ice cream parlor is closed.
I can still get chicken nuggets if what is it? Pecos Bills is open.
You can get them at Cosmic Rays too.
Okay. I can walk them over to Main Street. It's all right.
Yeah.
I don't
want this time of chicken nuggets.
Anyhow, I want the little nugget.
Yeah,
chicken
the corn or the mini corn dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish Casey's is open.
Yeah. Why are they not open?
So here's some things I've noticed about Disney World with the couple trips I've taken so far.
Mm-hmm.
One, a lot of cast members are out of place because of the lower amount of cast members that are available. So a lot of people are working in places they've never worked before. So they're very uncomfortable and they're very out of place with their mindset. They're new to what they're doing. So if you go and you see a cast member that is a little bit confused or is not as quick to answer a question, be patient with them and know that they may not be from where they're supposed to be. Because like we went the other day to Cosmic Rays to get some water, and the lady that we spoke to outside was from France, and she barely spoke any English. She spoke English, but it was very, very hard for her to understand what we were saying. And my automatic thought was that maybe she's supposed to be in France at Epcot, and that's what was working at. And maybe she just got moved over there because she was willing to work. So there's
like
a lot of
picking up a
customers that
shift
are
kind of
not,
thing.
huh?
Like picking up a shift kind of thing, you think, or do you think
No,
she was assigned there?
Having a permanent position there instead of being furloughed.
Okay, why would you think they would do that opposed to bringing back a cast member who would know that area? I'm just curious.
Some may not
Because
be comfortable working.
Oh, that's a good point.
yeah, there's
I
a lot of
thought
people that
about
aren't working because they don't want to get sick or they don't feel comfortable working at the park right now. Whereas there's
Right.
people that are willing to work, but their position they usually work is not open. Like all of the United Kingdom
right.
pavilions, everything inside the United Kingdom is closed.
Huh.
Except the tea shop. That's the only thing that's open in the United Kingdom. So all those cast members, if they want to work, they got to go somewhere.
Wow.
Well,
So they could go to Magic Kingdom, they could go to Animal Kingdom, they could go to Hollywood Studios, but that's a new position that they have to learn now.
Right.
So they may not be comfortable.
With the foreign cast members, the ones that are from different countries, they may have family back home, and they may have gotten recalled home, which leaves them stuck.
I thought they all went home when it closed.
Well, when it closed, there might have not been a plane for them to get on to go home.
That's also true.
Because a lot of borders closed and they didn't get a chance to go home. Yeah. So I know a couple cast members that work there, and one of them told me that whenever the CPs got furloughed, that they had like 3 or 4 days to get taken from like the move, but they were still able to stay there a little bit longer than what Disney said.
Oh, okay.
And then there was a lot of international CPs that were not able to go home or could not afford a flight or couldn't find a flight that was going to be in the time frame they needed to go home. So a lot of cast members were offering homes for them. So a lot of them are still there. They just are with other cast members or whatever.
Like one of my favorite TikTokers, he's a cast member out at Disney. They're all still furloughed.
Right.
He knows a lot of people that were out of work and lost their homes that he's good friends with. So they've all moved into his parents' house because his parents' house is huge. So he's, they're all hanging out doing, stuff for TikToks. And they're making at least some money that way, but then they're not having to really worry about, a roof over their heads.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of customers that were removed from their position. And in order to keep bringing the income in, they had to find a job to work. They chose a different position, and it just happens to be a position that they're not comfortable with yet because they never worked there before. Because some customers were getting moved from food to transportation. Some were getting moved from rides to merchandise. So like you're going for, it's like going from like working at Walmart to now going and working at a bank.
Yeah.
Right? It's like two different sets of rules and two different things you have to learn. So I will say that if you're uncomfortable with if you're uncomfortable with going to Disney because you're worried about it being unsafe, I will say that Disney customers are on it. They are on it. If you have your mask below your nose, they're going to correct you. If you have your mask off, if you're not eating or drinking, they will correct you. If you're walking around with food with your mask off, they will tell you to go sit down and eat or drink your food. Because you have to be sitting. You have to be, you cannot be walking around with your food. You have to be not moving in order to have your mask off. So they're really good about that right now. A lot of cleaning is happening. Hi, Mar. Welcome in. We were getting on the monorail to go home, and there was a guy with spray and a rag, and he was walking up the railing of the monorail from the top, cleaning off the monorail railing so people were not touching it and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
All right, Katrina, that's fine. Have a good night.
So, Josh, what was the deciding factor that made you go, okay, I can go to Disney?
It was the limited capacity.
Mm-hmm.
When we went on Thursday to Animal Kingdom, there were people there, but I posted pictures of Instagram. There was no one in Africa at all. There was parts of Pandora that were empty. We walked to the Tree of Life. There was in front of us maybe 2 people.
Wow.
Like when you walk over that hill from the Discovery Island or whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
to go over the hill to look at the Tree of Life, there's usually like just like a swarm of people.
Right.
And you get really overwhelmed instantly. There was maybe like 4 or 5 people in that whole entire area right there. So it's, if you go during the week, it's empty. If you go during the weekends, it's busy as all get out. Like
that seems typical anyways.
Right.
It is, but for me though, like for the wait, okay, so Thursday we went to Animal Kingdom. The wait time for Flight of Passage was 15 minutes. Okay.
Right.
My brother walked on, got off, went out, walked on again, did it twice in a row within like 30 minutes, and said he had never experienced that in his whole entire life and was great. Saturday, I looked at the time for Flight of Passage, it was 1 hour and 15 minutes.
I want to go.
So here's my thing though. This is what I'm concerned about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. On Sunday, we went on Peter Pan's flight. We walked straight onto Peter Pan's flight.
Which never happens. Not even at the
Never
parties.
happens. We walked straight onto, well, my dad had a handicap, so we walked straight onto Haunted Mansion, and we went on It's a Small World. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's a Small World is a boat. Little Mermaid did this as well. Little Mermaid has a bar. No.
Oh, yeah.
Little Mermaid does not. Haunted Mansion does. So Haunted Mansion has a bar. Peter Pan's flight has a bar.
Yep.
Okay. We got off of our boat on our little ship thing from Peter Pan's flight. Someone got immediately back on it.
Yeah, they didn't wait.
So there was no cleaning being done in between flights. So if my hands are holding that railing or that bar, and you go and use that thing after, is it really safe? Because you might have a mask on, but if you take that little bar thingy and touch it and go, is it really safe?
Yeah.
We went on Space Ranger Spin. I'm touching the gun trigger. I'm touching the handle thingy to spin it. I got off. Someone got on.
Yep.
So I'm seeing people cleaning. Like I saw, what were we doing? We had to wait in line. We were somewhere. We went to ride something, and the line was taking longer because they had to stop everybody and clean it.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere it's like every 2 hours or something that they go through and clean it. I could be wrong on the time frame, so don't quote me on that. But you have a good point. I don't know the exact science of the contagion rate for touching things. I know it's less than they originally thought. So
yeah, for sure.
I think as long as you're not licking the rail and that you're exercising, caution.
Using hand sanitizer after you get off the ride, that sort of thing. Yeah, washing your hands during the day, wearing the mask.
But it would be harder with small children.
Yeah.
Because it's harder for them. I mean, they do have the mask on, which I've been told by my friends who are teachers makes it harder for kindergartners to do things like pick their nose and various other things, and it has its side benefits. So that may also help, but I think you just got to wash your hands a lot.
Which they're providing a ton of hand sanitizer. It's all throughout the queues. It's when you start the queue and also when you get off the line. And when you get off the ride, there's also hand sanitizer. So there's hand sanitizer through every single section of the ride. You can sanitize yourself if you need to. So that's not bad. It's just really. Oh, it was Character in Progress. So,
okay.
Carousel Progress, they're only letting so many people on at one time, so they're not filling up the auditorium, like the little seats. Our line for Carousel Progress that we waited in was all the way to past where Buzz Lightyear meet and greet is.
Okay.
Like it was down that ramp, all the way past the thing, all the way to wherever Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde meet for Christmas party. And it was that long because they were only letting certain people in, and they were only allowing everybody to go in once. So like they would have to clean up the auditorium and then let it go around, and then clean it and then let it go around. So it was taking a little longer.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but we had a good time. I feel like if you're worried about certain things, I would say put that to a little bit to rest and just enjoy yourself. Disney right now is
wearing the mask all day.
So after a while, you get used to it. To be honest with you, I also bring more than one so I can switch it out if it ever gets too sweaty or if it rains. I would say get something that's really comfortable. I bought some off Amazon and they're really, really comfortable and they don't bother me. So I didn't have a problem with it, but I've also done it so many times that it doesn't bother me anymore.
Gotcha. I'm getting better with the mask. Like I totally always wear them and everything, but I still feel like somebody's suffocating me, even though I've wore them for more than 8 hours at a time and everything. It's just hard.
It's something to get used to. We wear them for work, so I'm used to wearing them for an entire day of work, not taking it off. So
well, there's definitely a difference between air conditioning and the outside.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially
absolutely.
when you're walking around and you're getting tired.
Oh yeah.
Because when you get tired, you start to breathe harder, and you need that extra air intake. And the mask kind of doesn't like stop it, but it kind of stops the giant gush of wind you need to intake when you're tired.
Yeah.
But all in all, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think people are making a bigger deal of it than it needs to be. And plus, there's plenty of areas you can go to and take your mask off and relax.
Yeah.
I have a follow-up question.
Sure.
Have you seen anybody who has mask tan lines from being there? Because that would be kind of funny.
I have not.
That
I
would
was
be
with
really
some
funny,
friends
though.
and she said that she was getting darker up top.
Mm-hmm.
Like her forehead and her eye area was getting darker than below because she's wearing them so much. I mean, I wore it for 2 days straight and I didn't get anything. But
that would be just a weird tan line. I mean,
hey Tony, or
like
Josh,
a
or
if
John.
it's sunburned and it rubbed right there, that would just suck. So don't get sunburned.
I got burnt. I could feel myself getting a little bit red here, but my mask is so soft that it really wasn't affecting me. But Mary just said that the masks, no, not that one. The masks are too heavy, the Disney masks.
Oh, I've heard that. And I got one. Where'd I put it? It's here somewhere.
I was going to buy some for me and my dad.
Uh-huh.
Someone wants to say hi, Jess.
Oh, hi. Or is that Das? What?
Hi, Fighter Chick.
Good.
Hey, Tony. I'm working on the box.
So I was going to get some, but they only had 2 patterns for extra large.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't like the patterns that were available, so I decided not to get it. So
I have a Mickey one somewhere, and when it came in, I was like, it's heavy, and I could only imagine that it would, because one of the problems I have is that when you exhale, you have moisture in your breath, and then it irritates my skin, so I end up with a rash because I have uber sensitive skin, and so I think it would just really irritate it having to wear it all day with those ones.
I'm with you. I have really sensitive skin. Like I've noticed I've been breaking out and I've been getting a rash because of the paper ones that we have to wear at work.
Siri was talking to you.
I have found that doing ones out of cotton fabric seems to do really well. I've got a bunch that is just doubled up cotton fabric. I've got rectangular ones, and then the like Korean style, the ones that have kind of the swoop. I've gotten used to both. I've got different ones for each. Some people like having the metal nose piece.
Mm-hmm.
My face is so small that the nose piece tends to go out to here, so it doesn't fit very well.
Yes.
So I prefer the ones that don't have that. I feel that lightens them up a little bit since you don't have that piece of metal, even though it's small.
Right.
So see if you can find ones that are doubled cotton from like an Etsy.
My favorite ones that I've gotten have been from Vera Bradley. They're like $8, which didn't seem too bad for Vera Bradley.
I've seen a couple videos of people that bought them from them and wore them, and they look amazing.
Yeah, I've got 2, and I think I'm going to order some more.
Yes.
I want them to come out with the Disney print ones, though, because right now you can't get any Disney prints. And I'm like, you have the fabric.
Yeah.
Use the scraps. Make me one.
I saw something on Instagram today where it said, like, I'm tired of walking out of the house and going, oh, crap, I forgot my mask, like I'm Batman or something.
Yeah.
Like.
I just keep a stack in my car of, like, the disposable ones just in case I leave the house without them.
Yeah. Yep. I've got 2 in my car plus the paper ones for work. I've got literally in my like underwear and sock drawer, I have a basket of masks.
That's so smart. I want to put a basket by my front door.
I just bought 2 on Amazon that were, I think they were $15 a piece. But they're form fitting. So the ones I use at the park, the black one that I use at the park, it sits here and it's like round.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like an oval shape.
Yeah.
But when it goes on my nose, it actually forms my nose.
Yeah.
And it stays up. It doesn't go down like it's like this. It's like this. Which it doesn't look like that when it's not on, but it like form fits it perfectly. And it goes right here, right under my chin, and it sits there. It's comfortable. I like mine because it's not on my face.
Mm-hmm.
So I have room to breathe if I need to.
Yeah.
Where those plastic, the disposable masks are so close to your nose and mouth that you feel like you're kind of suffocating a little bit.
Yep.
Whereas the black mask is a little bit farther out, so I have room to breathe if I need to.
Uh-huh.
And I haven't had any issues. I've enjoyed them. I will say that the only problem with the thicker mask, which mine is pretty thick, is that when you sweat a lot like I do and it's humid in Florida, they hold sweat a lot. And they're a little bit harder to dry out than something else. But other than that, I don't have a problem with wearing a mask. I will gladly put a mask on so that I can go to where I need to go. Like, I'm not going to be one of those people that are like, I don't want to wear a mask because it's taking away my freedom.
Yeah. I think I need to put tape on mine because I have no real chin anymore because of COVID. And so when I look down, my mask goes up to here and then it just stays there and I'm constantly going like this.
Yeah, that's my problem too. I don't really have a chin.
Right.
It's like it's there, but it's not very big. So mine kind of goes up a little bit. So I'm constantly pulling it down.
Right. But I'm thinking maybe like some duct tape right here.
Yeah, 2-sided tape would work.
Although for you, it might be like waxing.
Yeah, no. Not going to be using tape on my beard. No thanks. So
I think it would be fun. I think we should do it.
No. I'm good. So I will say that this weekend was pretty fun. We went this past weekend to Disney, which anybody who watches this now or anybody who watches this in the future, videos are coming out. So don't freak out. Videos are coming. I have 4 videos coming from this weekend that are going to be coming out next week or the week after. I have so many videos that are done and ready that I can't. When I go to add more, I have to rearrange scheduling.
Yep.
Because I'm like, well,
I do not have this problem.
Well, I'm like, I want to get my video out. Like, I want to. Okay, so I opened some pins, and I'm like, I want to get this video out, but then I'm like, okay, now that I got to go move this video that's in that position to somewhere else because this
Cat,
video
he
needs to go.
should.
No,
I know this problem well.
Sorry. Cat said you need to
I'm not
glitter
glittering
your
my beard. No.
I think it'd be awesome
A glitter beard would be amazing.
No.
for Christmas with like little
Yes.
lights.
An ornament.
Yeah.
No.
Can we decorate your beard for Christmas?
No. So I'm excited to go back. I know people are unsafe and like Cat's issue is not the actual park, it's the airport. She's more worried about the airport than the park because the park's employees, customers are on it, whereas the employees at the airport may not be.
Right.
So it may be a little difficult. So
Well, and airplanes and recirculated air as well.
They're no longer doing the recirculated air. They're doing a whole new filtration system, and
it's not the airplane, it's the airport.
Yes.
Well, the airport's bad too. Like that's
like
part of
the
our
chairs
problem.
that people are sitting on and the turnstiles and all that kind of junk. Everybody's like, you get your luggage and that's
It's
where
just
the issues are. In the carts you push.
Right.
So
I'm hoping that
thanks, Mar.
I recover from my surgery like late November. Once the doctor gives me the go ahead, I really want to come back, even if it's just for a day.
Well, I will be down just to hang out. So if you decide to go, let me know and I'll meet you down there.
That'd be fun.
And we can have a day together.
That'd be a lot of fun.
So that way you're not by yourself.
Yeah, I think we are gonna try for April-ish time frame. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try for the 15th.
Yeah. Shut it.
I'm gonna try for November and December and January. Once a month.
I'm gonna try for the 15th
depend
of
on
September
numbers,
and the 25th of September.
Yeah. You know what I've been surprised about is, so I've had like a gazillion doctor's appointments over the last month or so. And every doctor that I've talked to, even before, because I was originally supposed to go down in September.
Bye, Mar. Thank you.
Bye. Every single doctor that I've talked to has encouraged me to go. Like, if I can do it safely and wear my mask and everything, they are totally okay with it. So
I'm just going to go out on a limb and say this. I personally don't think the cases are as high as they are.
I have no idea.
I think that the numbers are stacked or like are being lied about. I don't think that they're as high as they're saying. Because I don't, the amount of efforts that are being put into place to prevent spread is a lot more than it used to be. And I feel like more people are wearing their masks than they're supposed to be, or that used to be wearing masks. So I feel like the numbers are going up, but they're not true.
I think it depends on where you are. So we were really good here in Michigan for a very long time. But over the last probably 2 weeks, you can tell people are getting fatigued. I've seen a lot more people who are wearing it, but not wearing it propeperly.
Oh, yeah. No one wears it properly for some reason. I don't.
So I would think having it below your nose would pull more on your ears and actually be more uncomfortable. So I don't understand it. But
true.
Who knows?
I think as time goes on, you'll have more of that, and people are just going to get sick.
Yeah.
So, and people are going to get sick anyhow until we get a vaccine.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I am going to have to zip off. I've got to go to bed so that I can get up for work tomorrow. So
you got to do the weave right. I think it's elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist. I can't do it right, but that's what I've heard. The princesses how to wave. You do elbow,
elbow, wrist. Elbow, wrist.
Yep.
Well, if you're gonna do it that way,
my lawn, you
chicken dance.
All right, y'all have fun. Have a good night.
Bye.
I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, I hope you can come down. I know me and Kat are going to be we're going to be seeing each other on the 30th. We're
Of
going to
September
SeaWorld.
or
September.
oh, okay. Yeah,
We're
keep coming.
going. We're going to SeaWorld together.
Well, that'll be
So
fun.
yeah, she's coming down for a couple days, and she is going to go to Disney and then SeaWorld. So that's the plan for me. I'm going to be going to Orlando 3 times this month.
And picking me pens up probably each time. And
Well, I may be going 4 times. If the Character Warehouse opens tomorrow, I'm going to go into the Character Warehouse tomorrow.
I'll be on the phone. Josh, give me this.
Yeah, I need some.
I need me a virtual shopper.
I need some confirmation to see if it opens tomorrow because
Yeah.
I need to go to the Character Warehouse. So
I really hope they do. I don't know why they've taken so long to open back up the
I
Character
think it's
Warehouse.
employees.
Do you?
I think it's not having employees because they already were limiting the amount of people that were allowed in the store before
Right.
COVID. They were limiting so many at one time, and then all they have to do is just put in like little 6-foot things like they did in the parks, and then put plexiglass up. That would take them less than 6 hours.
Do you think they had to like rearrange merchandise? So, because those warehouse locations, they were pretty packed in there with stuff.
Yeah.
So it was sometimes hard to have 6 feet of space between people.
From videos that I've watched on YouTube, I haven't seen any difference to the stores.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen any like kiosks or any kind of stations being removed. They look the exact same. I just think they're going to seriously limit the amount of people that are allowed in the store one time.
Right.
Like 10 or below.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're going to be waiting outside for a very long time to get into the store when it starts open. So I think they're going to be limiting a lot. I'm so hoping it is. I'm so very hoping it is. What? I'm hoping it will be open on my next trip. Okay, that makes more sense. Yes.
I understood what she was trying to say.
Yeah, I got it too. By the way, hey Danielle. So I would love to go. I would love to go just to get some stuff for the giveaway. Also, Disney World or Disney Character Warehouse hauls do really, really well on YouTube. So I love making haul videos. But other than that, I just want it to open so I have a place to go whenever the parks close, because the parks are going to be closing at 6 and 7 o'clock or 5 and 6 every single day now. So you need to take that into an account whenever you come down.
Yeah.
You need to remember that.
With less things to do at the park, though, you can still, even with that limited time frame. No? Is this you or me?
There's so many things you can do. Like the amount of things you can do plus the amount of times you can do them after another. Like if you go during the day, you could have easily, on Thursday when we went to Animal Kingdom, Jess, you could have literally got on Flight of Passage 10 times in a row and rode it within like an hour.
Well, that's what I mean is I wonder if that plays into why they're shortening the hours, because people can get through the park so much faster.
I've heard, and I believe it, is that they're doing it so they only have to allot 1 cast member per shift.
Oh.
So the shift is going to be 8-hour shift because the park's only open 8 hours. So they only have to have people come in from certain time till 8, and then that's the shift.
Right.
So they come in at 5. They come in at 8 and leave at 5. That's 8 to 5 or whatever, working 9 to 5, and that's their shift. And they only have to pay so many cast members. They can avoid having to bring more cast members in because there's less hours to work.
Right. So.
I think it has everything to do with money. I think they're losing money being open later because they don't have as many attendants. But for me, I can get down there at 8 o'clock and open at 8 o'clock and work till 5 and be good. That's enough for me.
Right.
I don't need to go for 15 hours a day.
It would be good for me, as my husband would tell you, because I am that person who will sit there an hour before rope drop just so I can be the first one in and be the first person to ride Flight of Passage for the day.
No.
And then I will close the park when it closes at 1 the next morning.
No.
So, and spend
No.
that entire time in the parks. That's when I did 4 parks in one day, though.
Oh no! I walk into the park and walk out, and I say I was there.
I love the parks. I love everything at the parks, and so I always want to do everything. And going there and not being able to go into a park, I think I would cry in my hotel room.
That's a bit dramatic.
It's a bit true.
It's so dramatic.
It's not dramatic. It's truth.
Okay, so I think I got everything out. I think I talked about everything. Thank you, other Jess, for being here. Thank you, Jess, for being here.
I don't think we went over all the new pops. We like kind of mentioned them, and then we got sidetracked.
It's okay. It's no big deal.
Okay.
We can do it next time.
Okay. I still owe you one.
Maybe at the end of this week. Maybe by the end of this week we can do a live stream together again. So.
Okay. As long as we do it before the 8th, because after the 8th, I may be hopped up on meds.
Ooh, the 9th.
No.
Yes.
No. I don't even know
Yes.
if I'll be out of the hospital yet.
That's exactly what I need you to turn your phone on and live stream from your hospital bed.
I don't think that would be a very pretty picture. Those hospital gowns are not pretty.
That's true. That's very true. So, with that being said, thank you everybody for being here. If you're still here watching, thank you so much for the support tonight. Thank you for staying around, checking out, being in chat. Thank you, Kat, for dropping links. Thank you, Katrina, for dropping links. If Katrina, you watch this later on, if you see this, thank you. And I appreciate you all for being here. And with that being said, bye.
Bye, guys.
I'll see you next time.